I'm Russell Dornan. I work at Wellcome Collection. Is that my intro? Do I go straight in?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm here to talk to you about sleep stories, a project that has just come to fruition. I'm going to rattle through this really quickly because we only have 6 minutes, so I apologise in advance if it's light on detail and isn't very clear, but I'll try to make it as clear as I can. So the concept of this project I'm going to talk about was a digital or social media tie-in to our States of Mind exhibition, which closed on Sunday. What we wanted to do with this is focus on people's sleep experiences. The exhibition was called States of Mind and looked at the edges of consciousness that we experience, from anesthesia to synesthesia, sleepwalking, sleep paralysis, and so on. So we focus on the sleep aspect of that. We thought that was the most immediate and relatable aspect that we could ask our audience to respond to. So we wanted to give our audience a voice on this subject and hear their stories. And in turn, we wanted to express those stories in an interesting way back at them to share further. This project was also all about collaboration. So my team, the digital engagement team, worked very closely with comms and marketing in the initial stages. We then all worked with the events team, specifically the reading room events team, and together we got a facilitator in to do the quilt-related stuff. And of course, our visitors, our online audiences, as well as people at St Mungo's homeless shelter also collaborated on this project. So what we tried to do with the project is ask people to share their sleep stories with us. And we did that on our website and through social media as well as in person. So this is a picture of our webpage at the time. So at the top, which is a bit of background about the project, why we were asking them for this stuff. They could send it in by email, on Twitter or Instagram with a hashtag. They could also use a web form on the page itself. And we also put in an image gallery for inspiration after there was a bit of a slow uptake with submitting stories, because we thought maybe it'd be clearer if people could get more of an understanding of what we were after. So on the left is the blank form that people could download from the website and then email us or share on social media. The idea was to write your story relating to what happens when you sleep on the lines, and then draw a representative image in the top. That was then transferred. That image was transferred to fabric, which was embroidered by people coming into the reading room in a drop-in event. We did about 10 of these events, and once that was done, they were pieced together, and then the whole thing was quilted. Community was a big part of this project. It involved visitors to our reading room dropping in. We didn't advertise the events anywhere, so if you stumbled upon it, you could sit down and take part. We also included St Mungo's homeless shelter to get a slightly different perspective on sleep stories, as well as our online communities. So here's some pictures, really quickly, of us in the reading room doing some embroidery, just to give you a sense of the spirit of the project. Finally, we wanted to circulate the quilt. We produced a really beautiful quilt. I'm not really doing it justice by rattling through this quickly, but I apologise. But we wanted the contributors to the quilt to see their work. We had over 65 stories finally make the quilt, and so we wanted all the people involved to be able to see it. We also wanted to share the quilt widely because it's quite a beautiful thing, and we wanted to show that as far and wide as we could. So we decided to create a digital version of the quilt too. So we looked at examples of similar things. We created wireframes. We had stand-ups. We did it in an agile fashion, this whole digital side of it. And in about 8 days, over a few weeks, we produced the digital version, which is here. This is a video, so I apologise if this doesn't work. If it doesn't work, there's a link at the end of my presentation which you can go to have a look at the quilt yourself. I think I've broken it. Sorry. Okay, so we had a few challenges with this project. Online submissions were really slow, but interestingly, at the same time, we had an awful lot of people talking about the project online, how amazing and incredible and all these other lovely things they thought it was. More than any other project we've done in the past, people really got behind it and thought it was great and shared it far and wide, but still didn't submit. So at different points, we thought, well, what are the barriers to them submitting? What can we change? And that's why the page I showed earlier, we started letting people have other ways of being able to submit stuff. Also, vague event details. We didn't tell people they were happening deliberately to create a nice vibe, which was great, but some people who came wanted to know about future ones, and we kind of couldn't tell them. And then finally, in-house versus outsourcing it. If we'd outsourced it, we could have done it a long time ago, probably, but we had to do it in-house for lots of good reasons, but that meant it got prioritised slightly lower because of other projects. That's it. There's the link at the end. If you want to see the quilt and have a little interaction, it's totally mobile. I've lost any words. Anyway, I'm done. Thanks.